Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the Weekly Outlook series. For this week, I actually have the times in New York local time, just to avoid the confusion from the last previous weeks. I decided to switch it to New York local time, so this is 8:30 New York local time, and this is also 8:30 New York local time, etc. So, this is my game plan going into this week. This specific review, I'm doing it a bit later just because Monday is a bank holiday and I will not be trading Monday. Neither do I recommend anyone be trading on Monday just because it's a bank holiday and the markets even close sooner than normal time. So it's just not going to be, in my opinion, a good day to trade. It's a good time to just take a rest, let price action do what it's going to do, let it confirm where it's going. I'll get more into that once we go into the charts, especially now that we have tariffs back in. Tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. Tariffs just means volatility. Tariffs means big market swings in a hurry. So this week and the coming weeks until a trade deal is reached, it's going to be very interesting to say the least. On Tuesday, we have an orange folder. We have no high impact news for Wednesday. We do have the WEF annual meeting starting that specific day. For this day, I will be waiting for the 9:30 open to give me some sort of manipulation, depending on what Monday's candle closes with, will give me a better insight as to what direction I will be trading. But as far as time goes for Tuesday, I will 100% be waiting for at least 9:30 open before taking any trades. On Wednesday, we have high impact news at 8:30 a.m. with President Trump speaking, and 10 a.m. we have a medium impact news. On this specific day, I will still be waiting for the 9:30 open and the 9:42 macro to present an entry. I'd love to see what the 8:30 news does. Hopefully it's some sort of manipulation to draw towards my drawn liquidities for the week. On Thursday, we have 8:30 news, we have the core PCE price index, and we have GDP. And we also have unemployment claims, which is medium impact news. So for this specific day, again, 9:30 open, waiting to show me some sort of manipulation and give me the direction for that specific day. On Friday, we have high impact news at 9:45 a.m. I will be waiting for this news to manipulate and give me direction for Friday's price action. For this specific day, again, we want to wait for the 9:30 open to be in, but this news 15 minutes after could give us the manipulation that we would want to see. So avoiding an entry before 9:45, in my opinion, would be the most conservative thing to do. So now let's get into the charts. All right, here we are on the E-mini Nasdaq, March 2026 daily time frame. As you can see, we have a pretty big new week opening gap here due to the tariffs that were announced this weekend on certain countries in Europe. And with that being said, I expect price to start to break lower. We haven't fully done it, so that's another reason why I won't be trading Monday, even if there was no bank holiday. With such a move lower like this, I still would not probably be trading this day, and I would be waiting for a confirmation. For me, if we break under this daily busy that we have been paying attention to now for the past few days and a few weeks now, it's very important. If we were to close underneath this busy and start to use this busy as resistance, then in my opinion, we would have a short-term sell period coming into play where we can seek further discount to form a low to then maybe continue higher for the rest of the year. So with that being said, waiting for Monday's price action to close below this busy and then start to use this busy as resistance on price to continue lower is what I would be waiting for. Now, where we could reach depends on how far of a discount IPTA wants to reach for. We have this volume imbalance, and we have this previous monthly low, and then we have this bigger volume imbalance here that has never not been traded into. The most immediate lows here and here, I expect these to get hit fairly easy, and previous monthly low to be the target once we close below this. Again, price has to close below this area and this creating this, it's already created a displacement. Now we just want to see it close below, trade it back into this new week opening gap to then continue lower. Now, when we break down into the smaller time frames, we'll be able to see specifically where we can have a point of interest on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday to try to take a trade. Assuming that this is going to move lower due to the tariffs being announced, and in my opinion, I do believe that a short-term sell program will be starting today. Now let's break it down further on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so now that we are here on the 1 hour time frame, I want to break down price a little bit closer. And as you can see, last week, the points of interest that I had previously had on the chart now for a few weeks, over and over and over again, are working as support and resistance on price. As you can see, here, 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 and the high here, and even now, are being used as support and resistance on price. Now, I want you guys to see that we have created this huge new week opening gap, right? Assuming that the daily candle closes lower than this busy and uses as an inversion fair value gap, I would expect this new week opening gap and the consequent encouragement of this price here to hold in the future. So what we can do is take the Fibonacci retracement tool, the high and low of that new week opening gap, and break it down into 4 quadrants. And as you guys can see, the 25% of this quadrant aligns the consequent encouragement and the new week opening gap of this specific week are very, very close to each other. So in my opinion, that is a very specific level that I would be paying attention to. And when we hover over that price to get a very specific price, we have 25,524 and about 25,520 here. So if you want to have this area on your charts, whether you want to have the whole busy or if you just want to have a specific line here, I would have it somewhere in this area. And I would love to see price return back into this area here. A scenario would be where we return back into this area. It can be specifically here would be perfect, or it can come trade higher into any part of this new week opening gap. In my opinion, because price is very heavy, due to the tariffs being announced, I expect the IOFED, which is the 0% of the new week opening gap, and the 25%, which is like a fair value gap, but we take these candles low and this candle's high here, that is an institutional order flow entry drill. So I would love to see an IOFED take place, trade it back into this to then continue lower, right? How low can we go? And where can we aim for this specific week? So the first thing that stands out to me and that I want to point out to you guys is this sell side liquidity pool here. Here. Let's make that red for sell side. And let's make this black and a bit bigger there. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this just to make this chart a bit cleaner. This new week opening gap is automatically plotted on the chart as well as the previous weekly low, daily high, previous weekly high, etc. due to the indicators that we offer at the market maker scope. Now, the first obvious low that I see here is this sell side liquidity pool. And I want to point out this specific fair value gap here that was formed at 8 a.m. in the morning, December, Thursday. Now I want to point out this BISI that was formed on Thursday, the 18th of December at 8 a.m. Right? We have this accumulation here, this low here, and all of this here. That's people are viewing as support on price, right? This fair value gap has yet to be traded into, therefore is inefficient in sell side delivery, which is why it's called a BISI. A BISI is a buy side imbalance with a sell side inefficiency. It's inefficient in sell side. Buy side was offered on the way up, but sell side has yet to be offered in this busy, right? So this would be the first target that I'll be aiming for on the first few days. Now, once we reach here and we start to close below this price, I would love to see this be used as resistance on price to then continue lower to the previous monthly low, right? So once we're here and we're coming lower, so this is the high here, here, let's say we reach it, come up a little bit. Once we close below it, I would love to see it return back into it to see it continue lower into further discount arrays. Let's remove that one there and let's just leave this here. Now, I want you guys to pay attention closer into the left. This is the daily volume imbalance here that I have shaded in pink. Let's actually go ahead and let's go ahead and leave that there. So yeah, I want you guys to pay attention to this. Here we have a swing high formed and then a CSD higher, right? To make it exact, we're gonna go here. So we have to zoom in here just to be exact. This candle's high and these consecutive BISIs that formed after, we have this retracement into it. And this specific area here is considered an imbalance on this specific leg, right? And it's formed coincidentally right below this low. So that's engineered sell side here on the previous monthly low. If we do continue to use all of these PD arrays as resistance and price and continue lower, this is where I expect price to trade into here. And here on the daily volume imbalance, right? So we have these lows here that we can aim for, and specifically here. So once we take previous monthly low, let's say you're aiming for a specific short on this specific day, say something from here to here, you would take obviously a partial at the time-based liquidity, which is the previous monthly low, and you can aim for something inside of here. And vice versa. Once we get into this area and we start to close below it, these areas here, I would like to see be used as resistance on price. Now that is a pretty big move from here to there. That is a 600 point range, almost 700,000 point range. So with such a huge range, all you now have to do is participate in 1 to 2 moves that are aligned. Once Monday confirms that we are going to move lower, you can take this move here. You can take the retracement back into it. You can take the resistance once it closes below to trade into the previous monthly low. You don't have to be in every single move of every single session, but as long as you are trading in line with price action, you are going to do good. So let's go ahead and remove that. This SMT and all the SMT that we have here at the highs with the monthly all-time high and now daily SMT will be confirmed, in my opinion, once Monday's price action closes and confirms that we're closing below this daily BISI. Once that is in, a sale program is in, and price is going to start to seek discounts. What is the discount PD arrays? As I've stated, here we have sell side, we have this 1 hour BISI that is here, we have the sell side here at previous monthly low, and then we have the imbalance here that has not been traded into, and the daily volume imbalance that has not been traded into. So that is what I'll be paying attention to this week. Again, be patient, wait for Tuesday to come in, have the 9:30 open, be in play. You want to see some sort of retracement higher, some sort of manipulation inside of here, an SMT to validate that a sell program is about to commence, and then look to trade lower. That is all we have to do this week. Very simple, very straightforward. There's nothing that you have to really think too much about here. Just be patient and wait. And with that being said, if you want to stay up to date with the point of interest that I myself am paying attention to and the other mentors in the Market Maker School, Go ahead and check the description below. I will have a link set to the Market Maker School where you can join our Discord for free just to see our points of interest that we give on the free weekly outlooks and to see executions that I take and other mentors take as well. And if you want to join our actual mentorship, you can do so as well with the link that I will provide below. Good luck this week, everyone. Stay safe.